we have an exciting announcement. We have officially launched our podcast network. The Clay and Buck podcast feed will be featuring some new voices. We've got the debut of the Tudor Dixon podcast. Many of you will remember her as the gubernatorial candidate from Michigan. She's the first in what's going to be many conservative podcasts we welcome on board our unsinkable aircraft carrier of free speech. Here's a clip from Tudor's first episode talking about firearms with instructor Rick Ector, who she met on the campaign trail at one of his free gun training sessions for women.
It was probably one of the most nerve-wracking moments of my campaign for me because Rick offers free gun training for women, and I'm going to confess I had never shot a gun before that day. But turns out I was exactly who Rick was looking for because he wants women to feel confident that they can protect themselves. And that day I lined up with hundreds of women in the Detroit area to learn more about how to use a gun safely. The reason I want you to meet Rick is because his story really touched me. It's raw, it's true life, it's kind of superhero in the making type of stuff. And Rick is an awesome guy. He's not arrogant. He's not forcing other people to be on his side, but his life changed in a moment and he used that experience to help others learn to defend themselves. Whatever you think about guns, I think you're going to find Rick's story very interesting.
She's going to be a great voice, Clay, on the network. We're excited to have her. We've got some other folks that we're hoping to launch in the weeks and months ahead. And so the Clay and Buck podcast feed is really just going to be your one-stop shop for listening to this show, but also a lot of great original content, including some new, great original hosts.
No doubt. We're on 3 hours every single day talking about and fighting battles about issues that matter. But we also understand that the way that people consume content has never been more rapidly evolving. And so we love the tens of millions of you who download the podcast, may never listen on a traditional radio show. We've got almost 500 affiliates right now. We love all of you listening on traditional radio. We want to be able to expand our universe and influence as many people as possible. And for all of you out there listening, grandparents, parents, I know some of you are younger, but you've got to go to where the audience is. And it's fantastic if you're 75 and you've been listening to Rush for 30 plus years and you still listen to us and we love you and we appreciate you. But you're probably, if you're 75, looking around, wondering where the country is going and recognizing that you got to influence the hearts and minds of people that are a lot younger than you. And one way we're going to do that is by expanding our universe through the podcast and our different partnerships.